So do you now do PC gaming? Are you a PC gamer or still mainly console?
PS5 at the moment.
Couch game. You're a couch gamer. Me too.
Oh my God, there's a word for it.
Yeah, there is a couch gamer, yeah.
Hey, look, you're active enough elsewhere. You can sit on the couch and play PS5.
It definitely doesn't make you lazy. Not at all.
Oh, I love that. I love that phrase. I haven't heard that before. Oh, that's got me.
Hello and welcome once again to the In the Lobby podcast here at Guild. It is 2024. We have started the year off strong when it comes to guests. So last time you heard us, we had P Money in the building, and this time we have Olympic swimmer, wonderful athlete, gaming fanatic, and just great person, Harrie and Iain.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. We're good.
Yeah.
Is this your first time here?
It is. Yeah. I did a thing online with Guild. It was a Fortnite. I can't remember the name of it though. I feel bad, but
You know what? Ian was like, I swear she's like been in.
I knew it was Guild related.
It was
because we whenever our producer Pete, he gets frustrated because he's like, you seem to know everybody. I don't.
Yeah.
It's just like, we've got Harrie and Iain on the show. Yeah, I know Alice. We interact here and there, don't we? So
I'm like,
Pete's like, why didn't you recommend?
I like your tweets. But you've had, even just from 2021 when it was that we met online or whatever it was, you've just been going from strength to strength from then even, haven't you? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How's life?
It's been busy in a really good way. Like, I'm out here doing stuff that I never thought I would, and I've got those opportunities through swimming, which I'm just like, it's just crazy. Like, I'm getting invited to these events that I'm just like, I don't know how I got on this PR list, but I'm not asking any questions.
Yeah,
I'm turning up. Feeling. I'm enjoying it. It's been really exciting, and I'm just taking every opportunity I can. So yeah, it's been fun.
Good. That's such a humble attitude. That is so sweet. I do the same sometimes. I'm like, wow, I get to go to like some pretty cool things through doing this like gaming stuff. It's cool to see it's the same in like the athlete world, I guess. It's like, especially when it's not like a whole world that you're not really used to. Obviously, you're probably a bit more used to it now because you've been doing it for a while. But like sometimes you can literally get thrown into the deep end, no pun intended. Yeah. And it's all a bit like
very good.
It's all a bit wild. So yeah, that's really cool. It's good to be keeping busy, especially obviously when there's such a big time frame between Olympics. So yeah, that's really cool. Doing lots of gaming.
I have been. I've been back on Fortnite actually, ironically.
Yeah.
The no build mode, oh my God.
Changed my life.
Honestly.
I was getting mech'd all the time by all these builders, and it's like someone just went, Ian, this is for you.
I feel like it's for like our generation of gamers. Yes. I can't lie.
Literally, I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
You shoot at someone and then they're like 20 feet above you in the sky shooting down on you. I'm just like, I can't compete with you. So I've been really enjoying the no build mode. I've had a few W's. I'm
nice. I do want to circle back to like all the gaming stuff in a minute, but like you mentioned there, Harrie, about how humble you are, Alice, and I've always got that impression from you, whether it's like now in person or whenever I've seen you online or whatever. Do you think that's linked to like hard work? Because to compete, whether it's at Olympics or any championship or any tournament since you've been so young, it comes with such sacrifice, it comes with such daily grind. And I think that brings like a foundation of I guess, humbleness with it, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, you have to have that self-confidence and self-belief and know that you're good enough and like to stand up on the line next to all of these other amazing athletes. But you are your own worst critic at the same time. Like, you are your biggest critic, I should say. Like, sometimes nothing's good enough, no matter how hard you've tried, no matter how much you push yourself. You're always like, okay, now I need to get more of myself. I need to do better. And I think with that comes this humble attitude where you are always looking inward. So you kind of focus on yourself a lot, but then realize that you have to, I'm trying to find the right words, like have to be better.
Yeah.
But keep that in yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm sorry, that's just like, it's a bit all over the place.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And like, I've had friends when I was younger, never reached the levels of success, athletically that you have. But like, even just guys who've competed, or guys and girls who've competed at like a local level, like the amount of sacrifice, they'd always be missing out on cool like friendship activities or like getting up 3 hours earlier than me before school or whatever. Who was like the driving force in your life to to push you? Was it yourself? Did you have like support elsewhere? Like where did that come from?
Came from my mum a lot. Yeah. It was always in me, but sometimes that gets lost very easily, especially as you're saying all these sacrifices, all these things that you see your friends doing, and you're like, okay, now I've got to be up at 4:30 to go swim, so I can't really hang out with you tonight. And my mum was always the one getting up with me, taking me swimming, and it was kind of like a dual buy-in where she sacrificed so much time for me. And not that I feel like I owed her anything, but it's nice to know that I wasn't alone in that sense through all the things we were going through. And obviously there were other athletes around, but you kind of only realise that you think your situation is very unique, if that makes sense, because you're the only one. You can only see yourself doing it day to day. Yeah. Whereas other people are with you, but you don't see what they're doing back home. So yeah, my mum getting up with me, there was so many times that I wanted to quit, that I wanted to like bail out and be like, no, I'm actually really done with this, I'm over it. And she would just be like, okay, just take the night off swimming and see how you feel. And then I'd take the night off and I'd come back in and I'd be like, oh, I wish I'd gone training now. Like, I actually really wish I'd gone. And she was like, yeah, I know, but like, you need to learn that for yourself, kind of. There are a lot of parents who try to make their children do everything, and then they end up getting like the resistance of like a sling back where the child's like, no, actually I'm completely done with it. So my mum found a really happy balance of keeping me interested and encouraging me, but not pushing me at the same time.
That's a really good way to do it. I think you're so right in that a lot of people will probably like force their kids to do like all these different activities because they want them to like follow a specific path in life, but definitely, you know, having that want to do it come from yourself instead of someone else pushing you to do it probably really
I don't know, I'm going to force my kid to be a Mario Kart champion. I wanted to be 200cc Mario Kart champion.
200cc? 200,
no, for anybody who's watching this who maybe doesn't know your story, Alice, like you've accomplished history. So like the reason I'm asking these questions about like your upbringing and like how you got to that level. 2020 Olympics, first black swimmer to represent Great Britain ever. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I just want to run that back just a little bit, because I imagine at some point you were just a kid watching the Olympics thinking, I wonder if that could be me. What did it feel like to get there and then, you know, tick that incredible history box?
It's surreal, honestly. I watched 2008 was the first Olympics I remember watching, and I just remember seeing it and thinking, oh, that's really cool, but it'll probably never be me, because you hear all these stories around what athletes do, what they sacrifice, the training they go through. And I didn't like swimming enough. I thought I didn't like swimming enough to push myself to that level. So I was watching it like, oh, that's really cool, but it's not going to be me. So like, I don't want to get too deep into it. But I just kind of kept going with it. Like, I'm very stubborn naturally. Like, I just thought... So at that point in 2008, I was at like a national level and I wanted to just try and make British champs. Yep. And so I just kept working and made British champs when I was like 15, made that, and then was like, okay, I want to make European juniors. And then went the same competition at British champs, I made European juniors. And then I was like, okay, let's try and make world juniors. And then 2 years later, I made world juniors. And so it was just kind of like I never looked at the Olympics as the end goal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So in all that time, you never had like the end goal of getting to the Olympics. Yeah. You were just always looking forward to like the next competition that you could get into. Exactly. I guess that probably then, not that it doesn't put a lot of pressure on you, because you're obviously still putting some pressure on yourself to make those competitions that you wanted to be in, but it's probably a good thing not to have the overarching goal of like, I want to be in the Olympics one day, because otherwise you might have worn yourself out or scared yourself off of it. But that's kind of cool. I was watching another interview and you said that you were training like 8 times a week or something at one point, right? I don't think I've ever done anything 8 times a week in my entire life apart from wake up 8 times a week possibly, to be honest.
That means you're having one nap.
One nap a week. Only one nap though, that's not even a lot. I need my naps.
So you'd go like, obviously training every day, and then some days you'd go like morning and night.
Yeah, so I started 7 times a week when I was 11. I moved up to 8 times a week when I was about 13. And then I've been on 9 times a week ever since. And I've done a few 10s, but I see 10s are too much for me.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like I see what some of the girls do and what some of my competitors do. And I'm just like, I actually can't do that. Like my mind starts to just be like, nah, you're done. Like I can get the meters done in the pool. I can get it all done. But then I get home and like my mood just plummets. Not really nice to be around, if I'm being completely honest. So it's about finding that happy balance of, okay, this isn't making me happy. So if we drop one session, my happiness can go up, and then I'll be a better athlete because of it. It's been a learning curve over the past couple of years to find that optimum, which I think a lot of athletes do go through, but sometimes coaches do just want to run back, like, this has worked for every other athlete I've coached in this event, so you're doing that, and don't allow that individuality. But I'm very thankful that I'm at a place that does.
Yeah, and to be forever known as an Olympian as well, like, it's such an elite group, right? It's like, because I'm pretty sure
it sounds amazing.
I'm pretty sure you've got the Olympic tattoo as well. It's like a rite of passage, right? I was with Anthony Joshua recently. I think he's got it as well. Maybe I think he's got a tattoo. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
but I know that I've seen it on a lot of athletes where, like, it's because you are separate. You understand? Because you've done that thing that, like, we've all seen, we've all watched, and to get to that level. Did you get the tattoo? It was like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah. It was literally, I got off the plane from Tokyo on like a Monday morning, and I had it booked for the Tuesday afternoon. Like, honestly, I was like, it's the first thing I'm doing. Like, I've been daydreaming about it, like, since I qualified, basically. Well, even before that, even when I knew that I was fully aiming towards the Olympics, I was like, I know where I'm getting it. I needed to figure out which side of my body I got it on. I got it on my left hip, so you can only really see it when I'm in a swimming costume. But I look down at it sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I did that.
That's so cool. God,
is that the only tattoo you have?
No, I've got two. I've got I've got three. I've got the Olympic rings. I've got a tribal symbol on my back, which means endurance. It's from like my mother's side of like her heritage. Nice. And then the first tattoo I got when I was 18 was like 21 Pilots, their band logo. It's on my right hip.
I love that.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
I thought about getting it covered up sometimes, but I'm like, nah, you need to accept your stupid mistakes.
Oh, you
like,
do.
It's only like this big.
So many people must have like
I've got a Nintendo logo tattoo on my ankle. I've got a bunch of bananas because Donkey Kong was my favourite character. Yeah, there are a couple where I think, shall I leave them? And I just think, whatever. They're there,
yeah, exactly. Cool. I feel like people, when they get tattoos when they're younger, obviously do it because you're now of age to get a tattoo. You're like, I get a tattoo, and then you look at it in a few years, like,
yeah.
But so many people have one like that, though.
Absolutely.
I think it shows like character development.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
and when I see it, I was like, oh yeah, I did get that in sunny beach, Bulgaria, and it takes me back to being on the strip as an idiot. But I could talk about all your accolades and accomplishments, and I'm sure we'll loop back to them. But like, let's talk about gaming, right? Yes, that's what we're here for. This is Guild. I'm sure that, you know, this is what I'm surprised by. You know, I know that you're a big time gamer and you grew up playing a lot of video games, right? Yes. You managed to train to be an athlete and be a gamer. Yeah. What else did you do?
I was going to say, do you have time to do anything else?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out as well because I've got 2 degrees as well. So.
Oh my god!
All right.
She's got it all.
Yeah.
Got it all.
But yeah, no, I've always used gaming as that like escape.
Yeah.
Like, it's really nice to just jump into the shoes of another character, literally, and just like be someone else for a while. I think it's quite fun. Like, I'm a big RPG fan, so like Persona 5, absolutely loved. Witcher 3, played like 4 times.
I'm about to play that soon.
Yeah.
I said that's on my list to play this year because I've
so
never played
good.
it. And I've made a list of like RPGs that I want to get done this year. So far, it's only Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Witcher 3. But yeah,
nice. Put Persona on there, please.
I will put Persona.
Every person that you talk to that's played Persona, it's like it's a weeby game, but oh my god, it's just so good.
That's fine. I don't mind that. That's completely fine by me.
I've heard about like elements of like your mum and how she influenced your life as a gamer as well. Don't get me wrong, I love my mum. I am jealous a little bit because you grew up with a mum who loves gaming, but also love like Japanese influence. Yes. So like, yeah, that's so sick. Like that's so rare as well, isn't it? To have a mum going, hey, check this out. I've got a PSP or whatever.
No, literally, like she got. I can't remember. Was it? I can't remember the name. PlayAsia. She get everything off this website called PlayAsia, and we had a PSP like 2 years before it was released in Europe. And like, I don't know, she just ordered this stuff in and was like, oh yeah, I got it from Japan. And I was like, okay. So we were just playing on the PSP like before it was released in Europe. And then I mean, we had like the GameCube. That was the first console I properly played. And then I used to go into my brother's room and annoy him a lot when he got a PC when he was a bit older. We played Team Fortress 2.
Oh my god, TF2.
Oh my god,
what a game.
Oh my god. I really hope there's like a resurgence of that game sometime.
Yeah, me too. I really hope there is. I used to play that, like, I used to go to like LAN parties and play like TF2 against loads of people. Oh my God. But that is really cool, because whenever we tell stories and we have people tell stories on here about how they got into gaming, for me personally, it was my dad. My dad was like massive into gaming. My mum had played some games. She always goes on about Monkey Island, like she loves that game, like the puzzle treasure game or whatever. But for me, it was my dad. So hearing that it was your mum, I think that's like the first time we've ever heard that. I'm sure now there is going to be more of us female gamers getting their kids into gaming. So that's exciting. What was the first game you ever played? Do you remember? Or like first, or you said you had the PSP like ages before it came out.
There must have been something on the GameCube, probably like a Mario Kart or Wind Waker. Oh, Wind Waker. Oh,
Wind Waker, the graphic style was so unique.
Timeless.
Yeah, for sure.
The game is timeless.
Because I was rocking the N64 before the GameCube, right? I'm a bit older.
Yeah, fair.
Thought I'd bring it up. But, no, and like I played like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the N64. And then when the GameCube came out, like I was like, these graphics are crazy. Like, what is this? Because like it came out around the same time as the PS2. So I was like, I think it was PS2. Yeah. I was like, Mr. GameCube. All my friends like, I'm getting a PS2. I was like, go get the PS2, whatever. I'm going to play my GameCube. Wind Waker comes out, crazy. Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah, when you swap them round for no reason.
No reason.
Like I was just like, yeah, I'm going to swap them now. I used to do Daisy and Yoshi.
Nice.
Like I don't know why, I just really like them. What about you?
I was Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I never had a GameCube.
Honestly, you should
get one. I'm pretty sure my first console was a Dreamcast, I think, but I can't remember what I would have played on it. And then I pretty much only had like PlayStation and Xbox consoles until I went to PC, but I don't think my dad was ever... My dad he had one of those like... What the hell do you call those PCs? Like one of those first like... Oh, Commodore 64, I think it was. Yeah. Had a Commodore 64, so I think that was more of like a computer type of console. Mm-hmm. So I've always been into PC gaming. So do you now do PC gaming? Are you a PC gamer or still mainly console?
PS5 at the moment.
Couch game. You're a couch gamer. Me too.
Oh my God, there's a word for it.
Yeah, there is a couch gamer, yeah.
Hey, look, you're active enough elsewhere. You can sit on the couch and play PS5.
It definitely doesn't make you lazy. Not at all.
Oh, I love that. I love that phrase. I haven't heard that before. Oh, that's got me. Yeah.
What are you rocking on the PS5 at the minute?
I've always been into Overwatch, so ever since that came out. Are you an Overwatch girl? Oh, nice.
I remember my tattoos of Pachimari.
Come on. Tattoo gang.
Yeah, I'm main.
Pretty much any support character. I like support. I'm not very good at... well, actually, I like tank as well. I do play tank. I've been playing a lot of Ramatra. I've been playing a lot of Sigma.
Okay.
But yeah, Overwatch has been like my main game that I've played for probably like 5 to 6 years now. So much fun.
Player base has shrunk so much though. It's so sad to see.
I'm just gets a lot of bad rep now that the second game has come out too, which to be fair, like they haven't really taken it in the best direction, but it's still a fun game. I still enjoy it. I don't think I'm competitive enough to get as annoyed about it as everyone else does. I do play it like mainly every night.
Are you as competitive in gaming as you are in?
No, I don't play ranked. I think that's my I only play ranked if I'm playing with other people. Yeah. I avoid ranked as much as possible because I'm like, I'm using this time to not be competitive.
Yeah.
I cannot start being like, oh, I'm hard stuck gold. I can't have that because it's just, there's no escape. So I just like take that moment and just like, if I get tilted, I'm like, it's only a game. Yeah. You're bad at it anyway. It's fine.
Oh, Harry, you wouldn't recognise me on ranked. When I start playing, I avoid ranked now.
What ranked games do you play? Because are you mainly Gears of War?
Yeah.
Ooh. Gears of War has ranked? I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I used to get deadly serious on ranked. Like, I
didn't even know Gears of War was multiplayer.
What? Yes. Yeah. Gears of War is a real slept on franchise now, but for a long time I think it was like
that's the Xbox GOAT, right? That and Halo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Halo or Gears. It's a real. I'm leaning towards Halo just because it was. You got your PSP a year before release, right? Yeah. My dad went to America and he brought back the Xbox, the OG Xbox.
Oh, the green one. Or was
So it was like black, but the green big X in the middle.
Yeah.
And he brought it home 6 months before it came out in the UK. Nice. And like this was before the days of smartphones, you know. And I was going to school and stuff, and I was like telling my mates I was playing Halo, and they were like, yeah, whatever, no, you're not. And I couldn't prove it. And I didn't want anybody to come round because I didn't want them to play on it. So I was like, get off it. So I had it for 6 months and I couldn't share it with anybody because there was no way to take a picture or anything. I just had to tell people. But yeah, that was because I played Halo 1 on that, and all I used to do was zoom in on the grass, and I'd be like, oh my God, there's individual blades of grass.
That's so funny.
Fable 1 on the original Xbox is my favourite all-time game.
I want to try Fable because it's again a game that I've never played before, but I would like to give it a go. It's like a classic, I think, isn't it?
I feel like it revolutionised RPG, that style of RPG. I feel like it kind of broke the wall a little bit, but maybe that's just because it's the first RPG I played, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking
Everyone
about.
always have a soft spot for their first RPG, I think. Are there any games that are coming out? See, I don't even know if many games are coming out like this coming year. Not like massive games anyway, but are there any that you're looking forward to in particular?
Whenever Persona 6 is available. If anybody who's working on Persona 6, if you could drop us some information.
Hurry up,
please. The fan base is starving.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go home and try Persona now.
Are you a GTA fan at all? Do you ever play GTA?
I've never played it. I think I might have touched it on the PSP, but my mum quickly took that away from me.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
I've never played 5, but I've seen the content that has been put out for that game is something else. Right? I probably need to get into it, but I think it's one of those things now where it's like, it's too big. Do you know, it's like looking at Grey's Anatomy or something. Yeah. There's no way I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. It's like 24 seasons. And that's how I'm looking at GTA 5.
I get that. It's such a weird feeling, isn't it? There's certain games that you think, I really want to, but that's
exactly how I feel about League of Legends, though. Because I've never played League of Legends, but like...
You love League, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm into the esport. I don't touch the game itself because it's toxic. It's so bad. I used to play, like, the most unranked, like, easiest, like, lowest mode you could, like, the most... get into it mode, and people still flame and get angry, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm here because I'm bad. Like, sometimes it wasn't even at me, sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't, sometimes it's not at me, and I'm just like, I don't want to be, is that bad vibes?
You want to remove yourself from that, right?
But I absolutely love the esport. It's my favorite esport. It's so much fun. Like, it's really
so many stars as well, right?
Yes,
it's
huge.
Legends.
No
pun intended.
Legends. Lots of legends.
You know, we were talking about Faker earlier.
The
Michael Jordan of esports, really, isn't he? Like, crazy.
You see the fans that follow him around to airports and stuff, and you're just like, it's mad that that's an esport player. It's so cool.
And a lot of people wouldn't really understand that. Like you said earlier, you were trying to explain to your normie friends who Faker is, and they were just like, what does he just play like games on his computer at home? And it's just like, no, they're probably like bigger celebrities than some of the celebrities they would know in like modern day like TV 100%. And stuff.
I think you're a prime example of like the sort of like the point that I was trying to make on a previous episode about the news recently. It was just one person's bad take about, you know, that kid who completed Tetris.
I didn't realise that was no one had completed it before.
Crazy.
That blew my mind. Like, it's like that game's from the 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah, I know, actually. That is like, how is a 13-year-old kid going to complete it? And there's literally like movies and stuff about it. Have you seen the Tetris movie?
No. I have seen it. It's really good.
Is it with Taron Egerton, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Really good movie.
On
you should give it a watch.
Apple Plus?
I think it might be, I really enjoyed that movie, though. It was pretty good.
Really good. But you are a prime example of someone who, you know, achieves some of the greatest things athletically, but you're also a gamer. Do you still ever hear about it? Do you ever find it on a personal level that people are still judging gamers differently to those people who just like sit and watch TV, for example? Even though it's like a very similar activity, but there's almost this go out and touch grass mentality still for some gamers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
it is. It's like, it was literally your tweet I saw today. Yeah. I hadn't thought about it, but like people be like, oh yeah, I binge watched like season 4 of You over the weekend, which is like 8-10 hours of content. But then if I was like, oh, I sat and played like 8 hours of Overwatch or Fortnite this weekend, I would get looks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, but like I feel like video games stimulate more than watching a TV show.
100%,
like definitely.
Yeah.
So I don't know why there's so much hate behind it. I feel like it's like moral panics, isn't it? We're going to get sociological here.
Let's do it. I'm here for it.
It's that stress of like, that I think the media put on it a couple years back, or I say a couple years back, a couple decades, I suppose.
Yep.
And then it's still like being recreated through parents. But like hopefully, like our generation will be a lot more open-minded around it, which most of us already are.
Yeah.
I always say everyone's a gamer, whether it's like Candy Crush or Farmville or then League of Legends at a high level. There's a massive range. Like I don't know why there's so much stigma when everyone enjoys the game.
It's one of those things where it's just like give it a go. Like
Yeah.
I always talk about my girlfriend. Like she never played video games ever. Like and then she meets me, and you're in a situation where you're probably going to pick up a pad at some point.
Yeah.
And now she gets home from work and she's like, "Could we play Sackboy, please?" And I was like, "Absolutely, we can." And she's like real good at it. And I'm like, she's obsessed with it. But it's like it's just giving it a go, innit?
Yeah.
I think.
There's a game for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love puzzle games. Like that's one of my things. Like even if I can't get into like a big story game, because I usually do that on stream because I feel like it's much more social to play like a big story game on stream because then you've got other people there interacting. But puzzle games, I could probably just sit there, and I just love the fact that it just stimulates my brain. Whereas watching like you said, a season of You probably wouldn't do.
I still love it. This is the thing. I do love binging as well.
Oh yeah,
I love a good binge. But like, I'm not judging anyone who's binging.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
no, there's no
that's
judgment.
Different.
Nah.
It's just stop judging the game.
That's exactly it. So the Olympics, right? That's major achievement in your life.
Yes.
Where does starting being a big part of the Black Swimming Association? Were you a founder in 2020? How did all that happen?
Yeah, I co-founded it in 2020.
Amazing.
There's 4 of us. Honestly, we just started with a group chat in like September 2019, and we all were involved in swimming in different ways. All kind of knew each other, but then we came together on this group chat through like some of us linked us all together.
Yeah.
And just started talking about everything that we hated, that we saw in swimming that we hated and wanted to change. And then we were kind of like, wait, why don't we try and change it? So, we co-founded the Black Swimming Association. It's advocating for the safety and inclusion of Black and Asian people in swimming or aquatics. And honestly, like there will be so many white people out there that don't know how to swim, and we're going to help them too. But there are specific issues within the Black and Asian community which we are specifically equipped to educate and help move forward, especially in the aquatic sector.
Why do you think it is? Why do you think it's been such an issue for so long?
So there's the cultural issues such as for Black people, honestly, it's the stereotype of we were just told that we shouldn't swim, that we can't swim, that our bones were too dense, and that we should go to like athletics or basketball or football, like all these other land-based sports. And I think in like the 60s and 70s, literally told not to go to swimming lessons or just turned away from swimming lessons because it's not beneficial. There's no point trying to teach a Black person to swim, or so they were told. And then that happens to some people's parents, and then they're like, okay, well, I've never had to learn to swim my whole life, and I've survived not drowning. I'm not going to take my child to learn to swim. And then their children probably won't take their children to learn how to swim, and it just ends up being quite a knock-on effect generationally. Yep. There's obviously the issue of hair and skin, where Afro-Caribbean hair is a lot more susceptible to damage from chlorine. And until recently, there haven't been any opportunities for people to be able to even like get this much hair into a swimming cap. That has completely changed now, which is great to say.
Oh, is it like a new invention or something?
No, yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like I work with a brand called Soul Cap, and I think they were founded in 2018. I started working with them in 2020, and they literally just create a larger swimming cap so you can get more hair in.
That's crazy.
I know, but
it's that simple.
It is that simple.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But like, it's crazy to think no one before that, like all of these swimming brands, never thought, oh, that's an issue. But I guess
because you got wonderful hair, and the thought of having to I guess cut it short just so you can
just so you
swim.
Yeah, it's sad. And this is the thing, like no one should miss out on swimming just because of their hair or their race or whatever that may be. So that's what the BSA is trying to do, is just trying to show it is for everybody. And if there is anyone out there who doesn't know how to swim, please go get lessons. It is a life-saving skill. Hopefully you don't need to use it in that way, but if you need it, you need it.
It happens
makes sense.
though, right?
Yeah, it does.
We've all had situations where maybe you're on holiday, you're having a swim out in the sea or whatever, and you get caught up in the wrong wave.
I'm terrible at swimming.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at swimming. It's just not something. I mean, I did a couple of swimming lessons when I was younger, but then obviously, as you would probably know, some people get really into it, and some people are just like, it's not for me. Like I didn't like it. It's probably obviously my parents wanted me to do it when I was younger, but that's just led to me like obviously not going on that many holidays where there's like swimming pools and stuff. I don't have a swimming pool at home, don't live near the sea, so I've never had the chance to like go swimming regularly. So I can paddle around in the water and I would be all right, but like I can't like properly swim. Like my body wouldn't know how to like do it. But I really do want to get into, I think it's like a good fitness, like opportunity to get into fitness as well, because I'm not the best at going to the gym. I find the gym a little bit boring. But swimming, I feel like it's something I could really, really enjoy. So I think I'm going to try and maybe this year try and just go to a pool every week or something and just give it a go.
Shot, definitely. And yeah, that's the thing that, like, whilst I'm talking about the life-saving and like safety aspect of it, the mental health, the fitness for your body, like going on holiday, I it kind of blows my mind that there are so many people out there that will go on holiday, be by a beach or be by a pool, and probably not feel comfortable or not want to touch the water because they can't swim.
Yeah.
But I've never known that feeling. So I have had to learn a lot of empathy over the past couple of years to really understand that there are so many people out there that have aquaphobia or that haven't had the opportunities I've had. And like, stop looking at swimming as just something that you do to be the best at, but a life-saving skill and something that can unlock a lot of happiness for people in their own way.
100%.
It's really cool because there are so many, sports where I guess it's not necessarily as openly transferable to just regular life. Like, whereas swimming is something that you do competitively, but then you can use that influence to say, hey, on holiday, go have a swim, but in a safe environment.
Exactly.
Whereas that for lots of different sports, that's not the case, right?
Yeah.
Like an American football player or like, I don't know, basketball player.
They're never going to be in an emergency situation of American football.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, very good point.
And right now, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you'll be able to see that Alice is wearing Nike. I'm so jealous of this deal. Not like I could ever get sponsored.
Hey, shoot your shot.
Yeah. Hey, Nike, if you're listening. No, but like to be a Nike athlete, like I watched. What's the film called about Michael Jordan's sneaker deal? I can't remember what it's called. But anyway,
the recent one about
what's it called?
About Phil McKnight.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's going to be really should know this.
It's called Shoe Dog. The book's called Shoe Dog. Anyway, it's amazing because Nike is probably the most recognizable, in my opinion, brand when it comes to like clothing and sports that there is.
Swoosh,
yeah, and to be an athlete.
Yeah.
What on earth? Like how did that happen?
I don't know.
And I don't mean that as in like, what do you mean? I mean like, where did it come from? Like, because obviously you're an Olympian, like, Nike should put colours all over you. But like, how did it come about?
I think they saw what I was doing with the BSA and just trying to get more people into swimming, community-based work and encouragement of anyone and everyone to try something different. And my agent was a big part of the deal as well, as you can imagine, Deji.
Shout out Deji, who's outside.
Shout out Deji, yeah. He's a good guy, he's always here, always backing me. And I'm just really grateful. They've done some really cool things with them. I've been in Vogue with them. I've been in Wonderland. Like, I'm living like the most amazing dream. And a big shout out to Nike. It's just surreal.
So cool.
How present are you about it all? Do you know, like, when great things happen in life, sometimes it moves too quick to appreciate it. And we were just talking before we came in here that 2021 feels like yesterday. Yes. You just said it there that you live in a dream. I think all of us in this room, to a certain degree, at times are living a dream, right?
100%, yeah.
How do you make sure that you soak it up with another pun? So you make sure that you soak it up.
Swimming puns today, aren't we?
I tried to. You got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you sit there and you think, you're always chasing something. I think ambitious people, as I think all of us are, we're chasing something. There's always something we need to look forward to. But you really do have to appreciate that, like, the thing that you're chasing, you might have in the future. But whatever you've got now, you chased a couple years back, or you might have chased a week ago, and you have it now, and it's like, okay, that's cool. You need to enjoy it. You need to find the time to enjoy it, however that may be. And there's definitely something I've been learning over the past couple of years, because the Olympics flew by, the next one's coming up very soon, and before you know it, that will be over, and then I'll be retiring at some point, and I'll be like, okay, wow, like, my swimming career is done. We need to start thinking about the next steps.
Esports.
Yeah, honestly.
Carry on.
But yeah, like, it does go by so quickly, and we move through different phases of our life. And you do need to take snapshots as you go to remember it, and just be grateful for what you've got in the present. And sometimes it will be hard, but hopefully you've got the right people to help you through that.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to do it right now. I'm taking a
humble.
snapshot of this moment. This is a good moment. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry.
These mics
Cool,
are like,
thank you.
You're getting slowly a little bit.
Sorry, thank you. Thanks.
the mics have to, they're really not like, you have to be like right here to speak.
Okay.
So yeah, I've just taken a mental snapshot right now.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Hopefully we look good.
They look great.
Shall we do our famous survival mode?
Yes. Survival mode, right?
Okay.
Apologies. It's a game that we play with all of our guests, right? So basically, if you were to, well, firstly, you need to think of the last video game you played.
Okay.
And then imagine if you woke up there tomorrow morning.
God. GG's.
How would you survive?
It's Fortnite, so like you just got to play the game, haven't you? But like, I haven't ever held a gun in my life. I think I'd just hide. I'd camp somewhere.
Do you know what there is?
Water.
Some massive bodies of water
That's
in Fortnite,
true.
so at least you'd ace that part of it.
You could just swim away from everybody.
Swim away is my online name.
Is it actually?
No way.
It's so cringe.
No, that's a sick name.
Swim away.
Swim away,
That's
yeah.
good. Is that what you do?
That's so
On Fortnite?
Literally, yeah, just
I'm out of
go.
it.
I wish I played Animal Crossing last night now because oh my god, I would love to
Oh
live
my
in
God,
Animal
yeah.
Crossing, like New Horizon, like
So good.
And they introduced because I played it when the game first came out. I think it came out in like lockdown or something.
yeah,
I
March
was
2020.
severely searching for a Nintendo Switch to buy, and you just could not buy them in lockdown. It was so hard. Yeah. But they released a game, and then further on down the line, they released like a swimming update where you could go and like swim in the water and stuff, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do very well in both of those games, I'm sure. Maybe more so in Animal Crossing,
I think
considering
so.
that Fortnite can be quite violent.
It's just an ideal lifestyle, isn't it? Like you
Oh,
go around and sell
100%.
fruit and catch bugs and
Talk
like,
to your little neighbours and like visit the museum. Yeah, have you played Animal Crossing?
Yeah. Like during lockdown, it was like, it felt like I was going on holiday. I was like,
Oh yeah, you'd go and visit your friends' islands and they would
Yeah.
be like travelling.
that was a really good example of like gaming escapism. Like when
Yeah.
when you needed it the
100%.
most, you know, because that time was
Everyone was
crazy.
on Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So you got some things coming up competitively.
yes.
British Championships.
British champs in April, yeah, and then hopefully the Olympics in August.
Yeah, in Paris.
Yeah, in Paris, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you put a lot of pressure on yourself to make it?
I guess so. Yeah, like that's all I'm training towards, if that makes sense. Like that's the only thing that I'm thinking about whilst I'm getting into swimming. I'm like, that's my thing. That's what I'm training for. So there's pressure in a way, but then I'm kind of like just enjoying it as well. I've really been enjoying training recently. It's been a really nice time. It's the most I've ever enjoyed it, actually. I'm really enjoying being with my teammates, and it's like good vibes. So
Nice.
I'm kind of like, whatever happens, I've had a good run. That's how I'm seeing it. Whatever happens, like it's been really cool this period, like leading from Tokyo up to Paris has been amazing. I actually ended up taking a break in 2022 for like 5 months because I really wasn't enjoying swimming, and it was like, do I come back or not? And I did go back, got back into it really well, and it's been amazing since then. So I'm just happy that I rediscovered my love for it.
Yeah.
And still working towards an amazing goal. Yeah.
It must be really hard to keep your passion for something that you have to do like every single day, even sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And it's not just that, it's also strenuous on your body. Like it's not just, oh, I have to go to training. It's also like when you get there, you're working so hard. And I'm sure outside of that too, like we did a big thing here at Guild where we were like teaching that, you know, competing is not just about like you being there in the moment competing. It's also about everything you do outside that, like your diet, your lifestyle changes, all that kind of stuff. So I can imagine that it's probably a lot of pressure to put on yourself. So I feel a break is probably well deserved, but I'm very glad that you've rediscovered your love for it.
Thank you.
It can't be easy to do something for that long, that many times a day.
What do you enjoy the most? Is the driving force like the activity now, or is it the winning? Do you still enjoy the process of like getting in the pool, swimming, or open water, whatever?
Yeah.
Is it, or is it the victory?
It's the most I've enjoyed the process, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that will lead to a better victory. But yeah, it's
That's cool.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Like there have been periods of my life where I've hated training, haven't trained well, been very lazy, if I'm being quite honest, but still competed well. So it's an interesting place to be at the moment, especially I'm considered quite old in my sport, like I'm 26.
God,
Yeah, trust me.
my swimming career's over. I was just about to go to the pool tonight as well. I was thinking, you know what?
Feeling inspired.
I think, where's the next one after Paris? Could I make it? No, but you feel like you're judged by, not judged, but I guess like in the history of swimming, are you stereotypically in the twilight years after the next one?
It's kind of crazy. Like, I think it's because of the amount of meters, especially my event requires. It is like mentally for me, that is the most challenging thing, is getting in. And, you know, I've got 8K this morning and then 8K in the evening, and you're looking at the session and you're just thinking like, I do want to be back home in bed, but I need to do this.
8K.
When you get that second Olympics tattoo, it'll be all worth it. You know?
Just get another one beneath it for no reason.
Oh, do you know what? You're a pleasure to be around. And I know we always hype up our guests, but the vibes in here are amazing.
Yeah.
And, I think you should
Very
be...
lovely guest. Very inspiring too. And so humble. Like, actually so humble. I don't think I've ever met a more humble person.
And GameCube is the greatest console.
No, it is goated, like fully.
It is good.
Like, it was so ahead of its time. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to go on in this.
No, let's go. I've got more to say about the GameCube. Let's do it. Because one thing that you would love, we were talking about this on the previous episode, my brother got a gift for Christmas, which is arguably, in my opinion, one of the greatest gifts of all time. So he's got a GameCube, right? I didn't even know they made these, but it's a portable screen that you attach your GameCube to and a battery. So like he can go on the train and play his GameCube. So
I hope I see him on the train on the way home, just sitting there playing his GameCube. I
Let's
wonder
all
if he's
get
going to bring it in. You should have told him to bring it in today.
let's all get one.
I love that because it's so retro now. It's like, what, like 20 years old?
Yeah,
Like,
and somebody came up with that back then. So good.
I know.
Anyway,
that
GameCube,
is very cool.
legendary. Where can we find you? Anybody watching this, listening to this, wants to find you?
Twitter. Oh my God. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Twitter and Instagram at Alice Deering X, and then LinkedIn Alice Deering. Yeah. I'm not on TikTok. Yeah.
Me neither.
Swimming TikToks.
Well, actually, but I don't use it that much. But I can't wait to see what you do next,
Thank you,
Alice. Best of
yeah.
luck in champs, and we hope to see you at the Olympics.
Do indeed.
And if not, don't worry, you've already made history. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Doing
you.
amazing things. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been a lovely episode.
I've loved it.
Thanks for having me.
Our first athlete.
Yeah, our first athlete.
Oh, you're our first athlete on the podcast.
Except for Stevie, of course. Like, you know,
Oh yeah.
He's got a personal trainer.
Yeah,
now, so-
Stevie has got a personal trainer, so yeah, he's doing things.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in, Harry. Thank you as always, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Get in touch, and we'll see you next time in the lobby. Bye.
Bye.